Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the Merciful, the Most Merciful. Legal Provisions of Fasting, Episode 7. In the last episode, we talked about people who are allowed, who have permission by the holy law, by Sharia, to break fasting, not to fast during the day in the month of Ramadan. I mean, they are allowed to break fasting. And in that lesson, we said that there are 3 levels of the elderly persons, old ones. The first, an elderly person who has lost discernment and perception. He does not know even his family. In this case, nothing for him at all. He is not asked to fast. The second level, he is old and he knows what is going around him. He knows his family. He knows what is Ramadan. But he is weak and sick because of his old age. In this case, Sharia says to this level of people, elderly people, don't fast and don't pay any ransom about breaking fasting. But the third level, an elderly person, 70 years, 75 years, like that, he has the ability to fast. He is able to fast, but with extreme hardship. He feels, he can fast with difficulty. At the end of the day, he feels a lot of tiredness. So we are here focusing on 2 points. The age, 70, 75, 80, and ability of fasting with difficulties. Sharia says to this level, you have a choice. You can break the fast and pay a ransom. As I told you, 3/4 of a kilo of rice, flour, or dates, and it's better to increase this ransom to be 1.5 kilos for each day. And also Sharia says to them, don't make up for those days. Break fast, just pay a ransom. Today, we are talking about a case. Also, Sharia says to this case, you can break fasting and pay a ransom. What is this case? The pregnant woman who is close to her birth. Pay attention, please. In the 8th or in the 9th month, she is in a good health. She can fast, but with hardship, she can fast with hardship and difficulty. She feels just tired. In this case, she can break her fasting. She can break her fasting. She can continue fasting. If she chooses breaking fasting, she has to pay a ransom for each day, and also she makes up the days after Ramadan. Is it clear? I think it is. But if this pregnant woman, but if she feels harm during fasting, and not just tiredness, not just little difficulties, in this case, it's not permissible for her. She is not allowed, but it's forbidden for her to fast. In this case, she must break her fast and make up the day. She breaks her fast and makes up the day after Ramadan. She does not have to pay a ransom. This case, she hasn't to pay a ransom about her break fasting. Also, there is a third case allowed to break fasting. Who is she? A woman who breastfeeds with fear of lack of milk. She has a child. If she breastfeeds her child, she will be tired because of breastfeeding. While fasting, and she is able to fast, she can fast with little difficulties. In this case, also Sharia gives her a choice. She can break her fast and give a ransom. Also, after Ramadan, she must make up the day. In the third case, about the woman who breastfeeds, here there are two conditions. The first, the absence of breastfeeding woman on her behalf. There is no another woman ready to give milk instead of her. By the way, previously there was a job for a woman. It was breastfeeding. A woman at that time can rent herself out to breastfeed for a month, for 3 months, for a year, as she likes. And she gets money. The second condition, there is no artificial milk as a substitute for the natural one to feed the child with. So here we have two conditions for the woman who breastfeeds, if she wants to break fast while she gives milk to her child. Up to here, we have reached the end of our lesson. Thanks for your good listening. والحمد لله رب العالمين.